Last night, presidential candidates Donald Trump and sitting President Joe Biden took center stage for the very first debate of this cycle. This was maybe the most highly anticipated debate in 8 years. I'd say one of the most highly anticipated debates since Donald Trump debated Hillary Clinton back in 2016. And so naturally, a lot of people tuned in. A lot of folks were interested. We're talking 73.1 million people tuned into the debate last night, eagerly anticipating what would happen between these two candidates. And I want to play for you some of the moments from last night. I have just a few moments that I think are worth playing, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Before we do that, just want to say hello. My name is Garrison Hayes. I have been sitting in for Jesse Dollemore all week. This is the Dollemore Daily. So, okay, I'm going to play these clips for you, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. We'll react to it. We'll get into some dialogue just between me and you. Watch this.
Remember, more people died under his administration, even though we had largely fixed it. More people died under his administration than our administration, and we were right in the middle of it, something which a lot of people don't like to talk about. But he had far more people dying in his administration. He did the mandate, which is a disaster, mandating it. The vaccine went out. He did a mandate on the vaccine, which is the thing that people most objected to about the vaccine. And he did a very poor job, just a very poor job. And
the question was, will you accept the results of the election, regardless of who wins? Yes or no, please.
If it's a fair and legal and good election, absolutely. I would have much rather accepted these, but the fraud and everything else was ridiculous. And if you want, we'll have a news conference on it in a week, or we'll have another one of these in a week.
Make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare.
For President Trump, to follow up, you would be 82 at the end of your second term. What do you say to voters who have concerns about your capabilities to serve?
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them, both of them, as you know. We made it public. He took none. I'd like to see him take one, just one, a real easy one. Like go through the first 5 questions. He couldn't do it. But I took 2 cognitive tests. I took physical exams every year. And, you know, we knock on wood wherever we may have wood, that I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was 25, 30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter.
Number 3, the crimes that you are still charged with. And think of all the civil penalties you have. How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties for molesting a woman in public, for doing a whole range of things, of having sex with a porn star on the night while your wife was pregnant? I mean, what are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat.
Give you a minute, sir.
I didn't have sex with a porn star, number 1.
It was a spirited debate, to say the absolute least. You know, I'll be honest with you. As an American citizen, as an American watching this, as I was watching the debate, the reflection that I kept coming back to was, okay, the American people have a choice to make. It may not be the choice that most people want. It may not be the choice. I mean, polling numbers suggest that most Americans are not interested in voting for either of these 2 candidates. That's what polls say. That when the American people are asked which of these 2 candidates, they say, honestly, both, with neither, ideally. But most Americans are also recognizing that there's a choice to be made, that your options are your options? I found it really, really fascinating that when President Joe Biden brought up a laundry list of issues, presidential candidate, former President Donald Trump only responded to one of those in that last clip. I also think we have to be honest about the way that President Biden may not have looked his sharpest. We just have to be honest about that. That has become the primary topic of debate throughout the day, is how does Joe Biden recover from looking a little bit older and perhaps not his strongest in the debate last night. But I also think there is a growing and necessary conversation about the profound misinformation, what some news outlets are calling flat out lies, but what I'll call misinformation and disinformation, certainly not factual information, that Donald Trump was permitted to share freely and without fact check during the debate. You know, many people talked about how his campaign, how Donald Trump's campaign was potentially working the refs in the room for days, for 72 plus hours straight. They attacked Jake Tapper, said that he was biased, said that CNN was biased against Donald Trump. And some folks believe that that's what led to a more lax, hands-off approach to fact-checking as to not come off or appear as biased against him. You know, frankly, Democrats are asking tough questions today. They're asking some really hard questions today. I've seen headlines suggesting that the president should drop his bid for re-election. I don't know if that's the right option, given the history of that kind of thing. I'd love to know what you thought about this debate down in the comments. Please head down there and give us some of your first reactions. We'd love to know. Of course, a huge shout out to my friend Jesse Dollemore for the invitation to come and join you here on this channel. It's been a real honor. Listen, go ahead and make sure you subscribe to this channel. Jesse's awesome. You know that. I know that. Now do the right thing and subscribe. You can follow us on social media. Those are my handles, all different. But watch this. Jesse's handles, all the same. Smart guy. That's why you should subscribe. Okay, again, let us know what you think in the comments, and then we'll see you in the next one. I'm grateful that you're here. Until next time, peace.